champion and two-division undisputed champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco.
Well, I hope you brought your sunscreen underneath the bright sunny sky.
The heat is on.
It's fight week, baby. Shakur Stevenson is about to dominate.
We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. Throws the uppercut, but misses. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Good counter punching. This is a sunny and hot day, and no, we're not inside. No air conditioning or air con, as they say in the UK.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. Want to cool you down, want to ice you back, want to give you instructions in your head, and want to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Throw a shot, they get countered. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Talk to me, Bo.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Oh, it's the game.
Every
You're
second,
making
every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Let him on to the second round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make you fight your fight. Hold and tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Y'all just fixed the little things. Like, I missed that body shot right there. I don't think that's good.
Nice counter shot. No rest for the weary. Beautiful counter punch. He wanted action, and they are delivering. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter puncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make their history in sport.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Let's go with that right uppercut. This fight has a real good flow to it. Exchange punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go.
Like how?
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away.
Bell rings and we start the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
That counter shot lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Counter punch caught him clean. Well done with that counter shot. Just missed with that hook. Catch and shoot.
Oh my God.
Halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter. How about that time counter shot?
I can't double jab.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to.
Look, I can't hit him.
Punch, counter punch. The counter lands. Caution being thrown to the wind. There's a counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.
I ain't landed the uppercut yet. He's just sitting right there. Look, like this shit is fucking sad.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Switch back on.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Beautiful counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. He threw a punch and just got countered. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of defense here at all. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That hook won't score. A straight right just misses. You'd like to see more jabs. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this.
Don't worry.
Time for the 5th round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around us. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Crawford is dazed. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Punch scores. Perfect counter shot. And down goes Crawford. And it's a one-hitter winner. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did...
Goli, goli.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Goli, goli. Goli, goli. Goli. Goli.
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round.
Goli, goli. Goli.
Let's start the 6. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Who cares? Oh, lost all interest, man.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you got to think him. You just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Nice counter shot. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Good counter punch. Straight right just misses. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're out.
Body shot. Well, I'm out. I'm out. And I'm out. Idiot.
Not many people would have predicted.